What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Universal Veteran here again with another video. Well, it's been a long time. It's been about a year since we last talked. As you can see, I'm still in the same place that I moved into over 2 years ago, or over a year and a half ago. I wasn't actually planning to make this video. Actually, I kind of forgot about YouTube for the longest time because I just had really nothing to talk about, nothing to really do. I guess I can go over the last year in the best way that I can and explain it. So, first of all, as you can see, I've gotten a new tattoo. I don't know if I had that on the last video. I'm assuming I didn't. I got that around March of 2021. For the most part, I've just been pretty much just working and doing the same routine that I've been doing. Taking care of Ander, watching him during the days that I have him, going to work Friday through Tuesday. Around about a month ago, in October, I went on vacation with me, Ander, my mom, my sister, and her boyfriend. We went to Florida. We took a week vacation there. I took Ander to the zoo. We went to Legoland, played at the beach a few times. We took some family photos. Swam in the pool virtually every day. Since last year, so this is a topic that I really don't want to talk about, but I will for the sake of the video. Last year I was on the medication phentermine, and I actually lost a good amount of weight during that period of time. I dropped from 287 down to, I think it was about 280 down to 237. COVID-19 hit pretty much during that period of time. I got off the medication and I pretty much I fucked up and I gained my weight back, and I actually gained more than what I was before when I first started the diet. I went up to 307, and I pretty much stayed that way until we got back from Florida last month. So the first week that I got back, which was the 18th of October, I made a doctor's appointment for that Thursday, and I got re-put on the phentermine. And I've learned a lot from my experiences from before. I feel like when I was taking the medication before, I was more, how would you say, more inclined to use the medication not for the weight loss. The weight loss was kind of secondary towards what I was using it for. It was pretty much a medication I was using it pretty much to stay awake when I was working. But over time, I lost the weight, but over time I got dependent on the medication to where after the first 45 days, I went from taking a pill a day to taking a pill and a half. And then eventually towards the end of it, I was getting to the point where I was having to take 2 pills a day. And if you don't know what phentermine is, it's basically like, it's an upper, so it's basically like legalized crack. Yeah, I was having difficulty sleeping during that period of time. I would go to sleep for 3 to 4 hours, and then I would wake up, and that was pretty much the consistency for about a month straight, where I was only getting 3 to 4 hours of sleep per night, because the medication would keep me awake, and it would make it so I wasn't able to fully stay in a deep sleep. And at some point when I ran out of the medication, actually, the last time I went to the doctor, I was 237, and he prescribed me a 90-day refill of the medication. And I blew through the 90 days worth of medication in 45 days because I was taking 2 pills a day, from what I was supposed to be taking 1 pill a day. So I got put on the medication again, and I've decided that I'm going to make weight loss the priority, and solely focus on getting down to the weight that I want to be to, or the weight that I want to be at. It's difficult, but it's manageable. And I'm starting to feel more disgusted, if I could say that. Maybe that's not the best word. More horrified about my prior eating habits. Because after spending the last month and a half on this medication, I really truly understand how much calories I was packing in every single day. And I just feel guilty that I was doing shit like that, and pretty much making it impossible for me to practically move around. I started developing pains in my ankles to the point to where I couldn't even walk a block down the road because of the increasing. I would just start walking and my legs would start cramping up due to the extra weight placed on that area. So I'm solely focusing the weight loss on improving my diet and actually counting the right calories to where I don't fuck up like I did in the past. It's difficult. It's easier when I'm working, because when I'm at work, I just drink water and I try not to eat at all and not take any money with me. So it's difficult, but I've been doing it and I've been losing the weight. Hopefully the next time I make a video in a year from now, I will be down to the weight that I want to be. Granted, I don't know where the next year stands for me, and I don't know what my mindset's going to be in a year. I'm hoping, and I'm going to try my best to lose the weight and keep it off. But for now, I'm just going to do the best that I can. On a side note, changing topics now, as you can see, I have my nails done. That's not that big a deal because I stopped doing it last year due to COVID and I couldn't afford it. But I'm doing it again because I enjoy doing it, and that's pretty much where it stands. I got 2 pay raises this year, which I don't know if I talked about this last time in my prior video, but after me and Sonia broke up, we got a court agreement to where Ander would go to her house from Friday to Tuesday, and then my house from Tuesday to Friday. I ended up this year, in the beginning, probably around January, I talked to my company and they allowed me to take an additional day off of work. So now I'm only working 4 days a week. I did that so I could spend more time with Ander and I could do more with him. So as of right now, practically every week, I've just been working 4 days. This summer, I took Ander up and we went fishing a lot. Yeah, we did a lot of fucking fishing. It was practically every week, at least once a week, or maybe even up to 2 times a week. We were going fishing, and he seems to really enjoy it. I have to really get into it because it's one of those things where I grew up doing it with my grandfather, and I stopped doing it probably around the age of 9, and I haven't been back since to do it. So it's one of those things where it's interesting to me, but not solely, like, it's not absolutely a hobby of mine. I do it primarily because Ander likes it, and he seems to enjoy it, and during the summertime and spring, he wants to do it all the fucking time. So I do it for him. I and I tried to extend our time when we were out there fishing. He caught a lot, I caught a lot. There's only a few spots around here that you're actually able to catch. We went to a few spots up north and down south, but we couldn't catch a damn thing. So for the most part, we went to a lake about a town over, and the guy who built the lake passed away probably like 5 to 6 years ago, but he had a lot of fucking oh god, what's the fish? I don't know if it's carp or what, but there was hundreds, thousands. We could literally cast the line and get a fish within a few seconds. So we pretty much went there because he seemed to enjoy catching the fish, and he doesn't have the patience to sit there for an hour and a half and just watch the bobber and not catch a damn thing. Which I don't blame him, because I don't have the fucking patience either to do it. Recently, I've been reading a lot. I do a lot of audiobooks. So for the past like 2 years when I'm at work, I stopped listening to the radio. I think I may have covered this in the last video, but for the most part, I don't listen to the radio or podcast because I've just listened to too much of it being a truck driver. So now I pretty much listen to books on either Audible, or I have a website and an app on my phone to where I can translate the text into the voice recording app that I have on my phone. And I've pretty much been doing that for the past year. I've been listening to all the Halo novels. So as you can see right there, all those, I've pretty much been, I started the Halo novels not even a month and a half ago. My library of all my novels that I've read is pretty much filling up to where I only have that bottom space. I just got these in the mail. I finished all these series on YouTube. A guy who had the audiobooks. I mean, I guess I can give a tour. I don't know. I don't know what this video is supposed to be, and I don't know what it's going to be. So I guess I'll just show what's changed in the past year, what's different, what's not. I mean, it's not the cleanest fucking house. I mean, I still got to pick up all the clothes or the shoes and shit, and then I got to do the dishes and everything. But nothing's really wholly changed about my setup. I mean, besides this massive Funko Pop collection, and yeah, really not much to talk about with it. I mean, it's a house. We all have our shit that we do and we enjoy. What else? At this point, in return, in terms of Sonia, I've pretty much gotten over her. I don't really think about her anymore. I mean, unless it's like a text because of Ander. Obviously, I have to stay in contact with her. I don't really have that much hatred for her anymore. Practically not any at all anymore. I mean, I've spent the last year thinking about everything that happened and where we are now. And I've come to terms with the reality that me and her are no longer going to be together. And I've practically moved on at this point. I'm not in the depressed mood that I was in when we first broke up. And I've pretty much moved on with her. I've tried to date, but I don't feel comfortable. Not that I don't feel comfortable dating a woman. I could, by all means. But a few things I want to change before I actually go into another commitment. Because I don't want to jump into another relationship where I don't want to jump into another relationship to where it might end. I'm looking for somebody that's going to be there and we're going to connect, and eventually I want to marry her or marry the person that I'm potentially going to be with. And I don't want to do any flings or fucking 6-month relationship, a year relationship. Obviously, I can't control that because it kind of depends, but I still feel like I want to change my weight, get that down to where I want it to be, and I want to start working out with my sister's boyfriend, like we were doing after we got back from our vacation from Florida. And I want to get to a body weight that I'm comfortable with to be able to give me the confidence to actually go out and do that. Um, Another thing too is I can't really have the nails. I mean, I could, but it's kind of hard trying to find a woman that's going to date me, knowing the fact that I do the nails. It's practically impossible. I mean, I'll be honest with myself. Yes, I enjoy it as a hobby, and yes, it's something that I like doing, but society as a whole doesn't feel that way, and they see it as a unattractive feature to a man, unless you're like trans or fucking into guys, or if you're gay. But I don't fall under any of that fucking those categories. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to stop doing the nails and at some point explain to her that I enjoy doing it, and then kind of go from there. It can kind of go both ways. I mean, it's a difficult situation, and I understand that it's difficult. But right now, as me being single, me not wanting to get into a relationship right now, I have the luxury of being able to do it in the way that I enjoy doing it. And then once I decide to actively look for a partner, then that's when I will remove them. And then hopefully in the future, after we're dated and got to know each other, she'd be willing to accept that part of what I enjoy. I definitely won't get with somebody who doesn't and absolutely hates it, because ultimately I'm going to do it again, but I would rather take them off and then get to know the person instead of showing up on a date with fucking nails done, because that's an instant turn off. So that's the situation with that. As a lot of you guys probably don't know, because I haven't talked about it, I am a truck driver and I'm working for Ruan. I've been working for them now for almost 4 years. I started working there after I left the pig hauling company down in Parkersburg, and I joined up with them, and I've been with them for 4 years now. Yeah, so I've been working there for them for 4 years now, and I've gotten 2 pay raises this year. I already said that. I actually have to go to work tonight because since it's the holiday season, they want us to work an additional day, which requires us to work 6 days 1 week, 5 days the other, which are the normal guys doing that. Me, however, I'm doing 4 and 5. So I have my mom watching my son right now, because I got to work tonight. Anders in kindergarten. He was supposed to be in kindergarten last year, but we forgot to fucking put him in pre-K, and that's our fault as parents. But he had difficulties, a lot of fucking difficulties last year. It was a roller coaster ride. But this year he's really grown up, and he's starting to. We haven't had any problems this year ever since he started school, which is a good thing. What else? I got him an Xbox. We spoil the shit out of this fucking kid, I swear to God. You don't even know how much we fucking spoil the shit out of him. I mean, if you were to look at your grandparents, and then your parents, and then you, and then your kids, there's a big difference, at least when it comes to me. My mom was telling me that that when she was growing up with her mom, they couldn't do shit. They barely went out, and the only time they ever went on vacation is to visit my great-grandmother down in Arkansas. Other than that, they didn't do a damn thing. They never went out, never did anything, never participated in anything. Me, I got to move around when I grew up, and I got to experience more than what my mom did. So Ander, since I didn't have a dad growing up, I'm giving him everything that I possibly can. So when he wants something, I have a tendency of getting it for him. Granted, I try to keep his behavior, his respect under control, and trying to teach him that he just doesn't get whatever the fuck he wants. Granted, it's hard because he's 6 years old, but it's a work in progress. Sorry. Currently taking medication, or not. It's like a sleep aid. Help me sleep. I like fucking gummies. I know this video is long. It's 20 minutes, but the next time I do this video, it's probably going to be about a year from now. So I'd rather make an extra long video than cut the shit down to 10 minutes. Because I feel like there's more stuff I could talk about. Granted, I don't know exactly what to talk about, but let's see. What's new? What's changed? This upcoming year, I plan on I plan on trying to get a cheap truck, and then I'm going to try and get a cheap boat. So when summer comes along, I can actually take Ander to like Dubuque, or down to Des Moines, or up to like the Mississippi River, and actually take him on a boat fishing. Because I know, since he enjoys fishing a lot, I'm going to make my best effort to make that a memory for him, to where he loves that growing up and as an adult. So I'm going to try and do that. I ended up, what's another thing? I ended up getting pretty cheap. I'll show you. About 3 to 4 weeks ago, I got this beauty for pretty cheap. It is fucking huge. 80 bucks. My mom's friend, her boyfriend moved out and left all his shit. So I got myself a big ass fucking snowblower for pretty cheap. 80 bucks. Looked up online, those things are worth like $1,000. So yeah, I got pretty goddamn lucky. Oh, what else? Okay, let's talk about my personal health. How I'm feeling as an individual. You know, I could sit here and say a bullshit lie how I'm feeling great and I'm feeling good as a human being and feeling good as a person. But I'm not depressed by any means. I'm not sad. I don't have any really negative feelings about how I feel as a person. I just feel more... I feel like I've become more antisocial lately. And I don't know why. I don't know what's caused it. When I'm around people, I have a tendency of talking more, and I can have a pretty good conversation with people. And I could talk to individuals, but I feel like my social skills are becoming a little obsolete, if that makes sense. It's difficult because I know I can make friends, but it's just, I need to get into hobbies that other people enjoy as well. I need to start doing things, and part of that is because I've gained so much weight that it's kind of limited me to aspects of life that I otherwise could have done if I was skinnier. And another fact is, not as an excuse, just stating the situation that I'm in, that I live in Iowa, in a small town of 2,000. There's not much around here. There's not much to do. Most of the time, I'm either working or I'm home spending time with Ander, and he has school in the morning, so I can't really go out and do things. I don't really get any free time to, besides like times like these, when I have 4 or 5 hours to myself. I don't get weekends or practically any time at all to really do anything productive. I can't just take 2 days off and drive up to fucking Minneapolis or down to Chicago. I mean, that's not possible for me. It's not something that I'm capable of doing right now. I mean, granted, you could say I'm using those as an excuse to not go out and do things, but I feel like the where I live and where I'm at is a very big hindrance on my capabilities of doing massive things or doing things that are or doing things that people who live in like the city or live in like Tampa Bay or fucking Clearwater Beach that they could do. But still, even when we were down in Florida, I still tried to keep to myself, and I don't know why. I don't know why I fucking was so antisocial when I went to Florida. I felt like I was looking at it now. I felt like I was just trying to keep myself trapped. For what reason? I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing these things that are making me not communicate with others. I've kind of just always done it, and it's like one of those bad habits to where you've always done it, so you don't remember the origin of what caused it. So it's convoluted for sure. But as for my mental state, besides being a little bit lonely, I feel like I'm doing good with my health, at least for my mental health. I'm not as bad as what I probably should be. I probably should be more depressed considering my situation. But another thing is too, you guys probably don't know this, but I wouldn't say that I'm a super successful person. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that I'm some goddamn millionaire here, which I'm not. But the way that I've lived and the way that I've brought up my education, my career, part of my finances, my credit, where I'm at in my life financially, I'm in the best situation I have ever been in my life. Even a year ago was nothing compared to what I am now. I have 4 days off a week. I make damn good money at my job. Granted, I have to pay child support, but that's a natural thing. I'm able to buy the things that I want. I'm able to do the things that I want. I'm able to, if I want to fucking, recently my computer's been going out. I've had this fucking thing since 2014. It's going out. And I'm able to buy a new RAM and a new fucking CPU this Thursday because I have the extra funds. I've been building my credit up this entire year. I've gone 3 years without a single missed payment on my car loan. I only have 10 months left on my car loan before I completely pay it off. And I'm planning on getting a brand new Chrysler 300 after I finish paying this car off. I've been, like I was saying a second ago, I've been building my credit up. My credit is higher than it's ever been. When I got out of the military, my credit fucking plummeted because I just didn't give a rat's ass about it. My credit went from, I think it was 620 down to like a 350. And over the past, 6-7 years, I've built from 350 and I'm sitting at a 637, I believe, right now. And I'm working on over the next year, since I am 28 years old now. My goal, hopefully, my goal is I promised Ander that I would buy us a house before I'm 30. So I have 2 years to build my credit up and get my savings up to the point to where I could get a mortgage. Granted, I could get a mortgage right now. I probably could, but it would be an astronomical fucking interest rate, and I probably wouldn't qualify for the amount that I'm looking for. Because my ultimate goal is to, like right now, I think Credit Karma was saying that I could qualify for a $92,000 house. And it's not bad, but that's like this type of house to where it's old as fuck and it's made from the 1930s. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for like a modern $250,000 house. And I know that I'm not too far away. With that mortgage, it's the same amount that I'm paying for this place. And I can afford it perfectly fine. So all I have to do at this point is save up money for a down payment for the house and then build my credit up. That's it. That's all I have to do. And if I can do that within 2 years, I might be making a video within 2 years saying hip hip hurrah, I've bought a fucking house. Which I'm hoping that's the case. What else? What can I think of? Something new. We're at 31 minutes on this video, and I know it's long. And some of you probably won't be watching this, but a lot of this is for Ander and for my family, just in case something happens within a year, because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I could die tomorrow. I could fucking pass away or end up in a coma in 6 months. There's no telling what's going to happen, so I would rather make a long video than something short, just so they have something. Get an understanding of who I was and who I am. Let's see. I finished paying off that couch. I know I didn't last year. The couch, the dresser, which I've already gotten fucking rid of. That bed, I've already gotten rid of that fucking thing too. Everything is paid off on that. I have 3 new credit cards that I don't use at all. I've just been using it for the credit aspect, so I keep the combined total of all 3 credit cards down to 30%, and I just make a monthly $20 payment on each card. It's winter time, so I drove in the winter, fucking up to Minneapolis in the snow for the first time this year, which sucked ass. Fucking hated it, every minute of it. Still vaping, as you can see. I don't think I'm ever going to give that up. Probably not. What else? God damn. I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else, guys. I don't know what else to talk about. Nothing's really changed. Everything that has changed, I've talked about. Working, taking care of Ander. Went on the vacation. Christmas comes up in about 18 days from now. It's, if you guys don't know, obviously you don't. It's December 7th, 2021 right now. Yeah. So, I guess this will be the end of the video, guys. I don't know what else to talk about. I don't know what else to discuss. Hopefully something else will come up in a year. Hopefully my family won't be recording a fucking video saying, unfortunately, Anthony died. Hopefully that doesn't fucking happen. But We will see. So, if you guys did enjoy this video, you can like or subscribe if you want to. I'm not very fucking frequent with these videos, but if you like the video, like and subscribe down below, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace, guys.